Hanumanji using a shloka of Valmiki Rishi, and in between we will bring in Hanuman Chalisa also. Because Ekta ji, Vandan ji, I think they wanted to know about one particular shloka, which we just chanted, Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam. So it is a composition of Valmiki Rishi. See, there is a different stotram which is Vibhishan Krita Hanumat Stotram. That is a completely different composition. This shloka, Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam, does not come in that. It is written by Valmiki Rishi, and before we start the study of Valmiki Ramayana, there are invocation verses written by him. In that, this one will come. Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam. So, what is the meaning of that shloka? Manojavam, one who is as fast as the wind, is one meaning. But other meaning is one who is faster than the wind also. Javam means speed. Manaha is the mind. In Mahabharata, there is one Yaksha Prashna. And Yaksha is asking Yudhishthir many questions. In that one question he asks is, what is the fastest thing on earth? And Yudhishthir replies, fastest thing is the mind. And Hanumanji is faster than mind also. Manojavam. What is the meaning of that faster than the mind? See, mind of ours, as we know, very fickle. Very quickly it jumps from one thought to another. Physically we may be sitting here, but right now our mind can be anywhere. It can be in Prayagraj, in the Kumbh. It can be anywhere else. In a fraction of a second, the mind just goes. And we don't have control on our thoughts. That's why one philosopher, Eknath Ishwaran, very beautifully, he says, we don't think our thoughts, thoughts think us. Whenever they like any thought, it just rises. Manojavam means what? One who has complete mastery on their mind. So Hanumanji is not a monkey. We should remember that first and foremost. See, many people, they think that monkeys took form here to destroy Ravan. But actually, the Valmiki Ramayana says that the Vanaras are a different species. They are not human beings. They are not monkeys. They are a different class of beings, and they have very great powers. They have special powers. They have different capabilities. They can assume huge forms. They can take up any other form. So they have a lot of different powers. So Hanumanji is not a monkey. And generally we associate monkey with what? With restlessness. And our mind is equated to monkey. So what do we say? That mind is like a monkey. In our Puja Gurudev, he used to say that mind is a monkey riding on the donkey of the body in the circus of life. This is our mind. So restless. And the scriptures say that the mind is not only an ordinary monkey, it is a monkey fed with the alcohol of desires, bit by the scorpion of jealousy, and overcome by the ghost of comparison. So restless is our mind. This monkey also can be tamed. Such a monkey can be tamed, but such a mind, not very easy to tame. So Hanumanji is not a monkey. Hanumanji is actually a monk with a key. And he is a monk because he is a brahmachari. Manojavam. He has mastered his mind. We will see what are the methods. One of the things to master the mind is what? Is to have an altar of surrender. That is the first and most important point. The mind needs an altar of surrender. What is my altar of surrender? Because thoughts otherwise will go in all directions. If I have an altar of surrender, at different stages of life, we can have different altars of surrender also. At student stage, what should be my altar of surrender? Studies, knowledge, exploring my talents, potentials, overall development of the personality. Now the whole focus will come there. If at the student stage my focus is on khao, piyo, mauj karo, then what happens? Potential will not manifest. Not that one can't enjoy life, one can enjoy, but the focus has to be to explore. Every vacation, my father used to send me to some new class. Explore so many things. Horse riding and basketball and cricket and yoga and karate and this, that, crafts, music, dance, hundreds of things. And after exploring everything, I became a sannyasi finally. I found my calling here, that's why. Otherwise, I could have done many other things, but found the calling here. So, the point is one altar. What is the altar of surrender when one becomes a grahasthi? Family, society, and attain artha and kama with the help of dharma. So that will become an altar. When one becomes vanaprasthi, slowly one learns to withdraw. And when one takes sannyas, then the altar is only Bhagavan. But in and through all the 4 stages of life, we generally call these 4 stages as learn, earn and burn, U-turn, and no return. These are 4 stages. One common altar for all the 4 stages should be what? Whatever we do, our dedication has to be for Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan put us here. Bhagavan blessed us with all our capabilities, with the people, with the opportunities. He is giving us the results of karma. Everything comes from Bhagavan's grace. So no matter what I do, if I say that I am connected to Bhagavan, I do it for Bhagavan. I will of course do it for everybody else depending on whatever my stage of life is. But through them I am worshipping Bhagavan only. If that anchoring is there, the mind has an anchoring. You just think about it. If my anchoring is in Bhagavan, that whatever I am doing is for Bhagavan. Challenges come, disappointments come, difficulties come, heartbreaks happen. Will I not go through all that with strength? Otherwise, little things happen and then we say, Swamiji, I am so good, I didn't kill even a mosquito in life, but still this is happening to me. I don't believe in God and I am going to... How much people are indulging in destructive things today or not? Drugs, and then this depression, and then suicidal tendencies, alcohol, what all people are doing. Why? Because anchoring is not there. One has to find one anchor in one's life. And the best and the most powerful anchor is Bhagavan. Whichever way one connects to Bhagavan. Sanatan Hindu Dharma, so we have full freedom. Be very proud that you are followers of Sanatan Dharma. Because you can choose whichever form you like. Suppose somebody says, no, the Hanumanji's form I don't like. Then choose any other form. Shivji's form. Devi is there, Durga is there, Lakshmi is there. So many forms. But all are representing one truth. So, anchoring happens when there is bhakti. The deepest anchor is bhakti. And when that bhakti is there in our heart, everything else will happen. Emotionally, once I am secure, intellectually I can achieve anything. Physically I can work hard. If emotions are not in control, finished. All intellectual abilities I may have, but it will all get eclipsed. Arjun, do you think Arjun was a efficient person? Was he skilled?
Yes.
Was he knowledgeable?
Yes.
Was he hardworking?
Yes.
Was he successful?
Yes.
Yes, defeated Kauravas in last year, in that Ajñatwas. At the end of it, he defeated them single-handedly. Was he a good person? Now think about it. Good person, successful person, value-based, hardworking, efficient, all that. Was he prepared for the war?
Yes.
Are 12 years he prepared or not?
Yes.
He was prepared.
Yes.
Still, what happened to him?
Emotionally.
Emotionally disturbed. The moment he saw two people and he heard the word Kuru, see Krishna Bhagavan also. Full first chapter of the Gita, only 5 words he spoke. Parth Pasya Etan Samavetan Kurun. That's all he spoke. In 5 words, the word Kuru, when he said to Arjun, he could have told Arjun ki these are soldiers, but he said Kuru, meaning they are your dynasty people, your family people, and Bhishma and Drona right in front of him. That's it. Emotions disturbed. Our Gurudev used to say, before the exam, the student is wise. After the exam, the student is equally wise. In the exam, the student is otherwise. All knowledge that one has, one or two questions come that one doesn't know the answer to, finish. The mind is so disturbed. Gone. And after he gives the paper, the person will remember, Arey, correct answer to ye tha. Why? Because mind was disturbed and then now the mind has become quiet. So Manojavam means that ability to anchor the mind. And our culture gives us so many beautiful ways to anchor in Bhagavan. First thing we do in the morning when we wake up is what? Very good. Correct answer. Switch off the alarm. Many people put it on snooze button. After that, what do you do?
Thank God.
Thank God. Nice. It is nice. Practically, if you are doing it, is very good. First thing people to do today is phone. Our culture says what? Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamule Saraswati, Karamadhyete Govinda, Prabhate Karadarshanam. But the modern version of the shloka is what? Karagre vasate Facebook, Karamule to Twitter, Karamadhye to Instagram, Prabhate Phone Darshanam. That is the first thing I do today. Our culture says you remember Bhagavan first thing in the morning. And see the shloka also which is given. Such a lovely shloka. Tip of your hand is Mother Lakshmi. How do we count money? Like this only. Tip of the hand is Lakshmi. Here is Govinda, Karamadhye to Govinda. And here is Saraswati. Or you say Karamadhye Saraswati and Karamule Govinda, whichever way. I need prosperity, I need knowledge, and I need the clarity that my goal of life is Govinda. That's what I need. Every day, if I remember these three things, that today I have a new opportunity to attain prosperity, gain knowledge, and do all this dedicating it to Govinda, that am I closer to realizing my nature as happiness or not? That's all I need. My day becomes so good if I start with that. So, anchoring in God. In every aspect, whatever we do in life, we can remember Bhagavan. People, when we eat food, people have to pray. So again we remember Bhagavan. When we light a lamp, we remember Bhagavan. Nowadays you put on a switch, remember Bhagavan. You can even put on, reminders on your phone. Every 2 hours it will remind you. Take Ram Nam. Like you have coffee break, you do mantra break. I am not joking. On my phone there is a reminder. Every 2 hours it will remind me, Aham Brahmasmi. As a sannyasi, that is our mantra. We belong to Sringeri Parampara of sannyas. So Aham Brahmasmi is our Mahavakya. So every 2 hours the phone will give reminder. Aham Brahmasmi. Sit quietly for few seconds and remind, you are Brahman. You are not this. So we have to find our ways of anchoring our mind in the divine. So first line is that Hanumanji's success is he was fully anchored. The faster I find an altar of surrender and anchor myself, the quicker will be my stability of the mind. And if the mind has become stable, anything can be possible. So Manojavam, Marutatulya Vegam. So Maruts are the deities of wind, storm, cyclone, heavy rains, all that. So first line is similar. Manojavam, Marutatulya Vegam, very fast as the Maruts. Jitendriyam, that is the next secret of success. One must have mastery over the senses. Jitendriyam. You know, in the Gita chariot, the 4 horses which are there, they are white in color. In the first chapter it will come. Tata Shvetair Hayer Yukte Mahatis Yandane Sthito. In this great chariot of Arjun, the 4 horses which are there, they are Shveta Varna. They are white in color. White is a symbol of purity. So through the senses, what I take in is very, very important. Because that will go to make my mind. If we analyze what is the mind, what do we understand from that? What is the mind? If we analyze, think about it, what do you think is the mind? Anybody? Very good. Mind is a flow of thoughts. Now, what is a thought made up of?
Whatever you read or you hear.
So, those are sources of thought. What is the content of thought? And what is the thought made up of? Suppose I say that, okay, mud pot. Mud pot is made up of mud, right? What is the thought made up of? Words? Anything else? One more thing.
Feeling. Action.
Feelings are associated with thought.
Ideas. Action.
Actions bring thought, thoughts manifest into actions.
Desires.
They are subtler forms of thought.
Ideas.
No.
Emotion.
I mean, they are all different expressions of thought. I'm saying what is the content? One is words and one is
Wants or desires.
emotions are backed up by the thoughts will have emotions backing it.
Intelligence of the past. Feeling. Experience of the past.
All those will express through thoughts. Experience of the past, intelligence, memory, all that will express through thought. What is a thought made up of? Word and one more.
Images.
Image, that's all. If I say apple, what will come to your mind?
Round.
Which color apple?
Red.
Round red apple. Nobody thinks green apple, you see.
Yeah.
You thought? Very good. If I say police, what comes to your mind?
Khaki uniform.
Khaki uniform, cap,
Man.
man. Mostly man only will
Man
come.
only.
All said and done, we may say gender equality and feminism and this and that, but police means
Man.
there could be women officers also.
Yeah.
My point is, any word will bring what? A picture in the mind. Any thought will have picture and word. So thought is made up of nama and rupa. From where the nama and rupa came? Through the senses. What I am seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, through that I am taking in everything. If I don't take what is auspicious, will my thoughts be auspicious? It won't be. And today, indiscriminately, anything one is taking in. Right now, one controversy is going on. No? To what level one has gone to speak? No control on the speech, and in the name of being cool and dark humor, anything is happening. And suddenly now people start taking offense. Why did you allow that to get normalized, first of all? In day-to-day language, how many people are using such bad abusive words or not? And it appears to be cool to talk like that. That because the society, we have normalized it. And now suddenly one is taking a reaction on that. And there also such terrible reactions are happening. Because the senses are not in control. That's why the need of sense control. Sense control does not mean that, okay, shut all the senses and don't engage. Sense control is a beautiful analogy given in our scriptures. In the Gita, the analogy is our tortoise. How the tortoise goes, very gently, slowly, swiftly it moves, slowly it moves beautifully. 4 legs, 1 head, 1 tail, it moves. Even a slight hint of something which is dangerous or unconducive, what will the tortoise do? Immediately withdraws. So we should know when to engage, when to withdraw. That is called Jitendriyam. When something is conducive, I engage. But I engage with detachment. I don't allow it to overwhelm me. And when something is not conducive, I withdraw. If I can withdraw physically, I withdraw and go away. If I can't withdraw physically, I withdraw my mind completely. Hanumanji is a Jitendriya. If I want to master the mind, I cannot master unless I am a Jitendriya. Spiritual life, impossible it is to live spirituality without mastering the senses. In fact, Samat Ramdas ji said very powerfully, he said, if there is a guru who is telling you sense control is not required, you run from that guru immediately. Enough more and more gurus we will find like that. And in the history also there have been enough and more who to appear cool would say no need of sense control, do anything, just don't be attached to it. Impossible to realize the truth within. You see how many great Mahatmas, how they have lived their life, in what level of sense control. One sense if we control, how much energy is conserved. Imagine all the 10 senses when we conserve, that person has lot of energy and that entire energy is dedicated to the altar of service and one will attain many great things. So Jitendriyam, Hanumanji is also a Bala Brahmachari. Now, I don't know from where this notion has come, but people think that because Hanumanji is a brahmachari, women cannot worship Hanumanji or they should not chant Hanuman Chalisa. ये सब भ्रम है बाबा. Hanumanji reveres his own mother, reveres Mother Sita, and looks upon everyone else with that same divine bhav. And he doesn't feel anything wrong. So there is no problem. Please chant Hanuman Chalisa happily. But what we should remember is this. Hanumanji lives in such sense control. I'll give you two simple examples of that. In Hanuman Chalisa it comes that Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukha Mahi Jaladhi Langi Gai Acharaj Nahi Durgam Kaj Jagat Ke Jete Sugama Anugrah Tumare Tete. Now Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukha Mahi. Now he kept the ring that was given to him in his mouth. That is Bhagwan's ring. He has to give that to Sita ji. Now you will say, Bhagwan ke paas mudrika aayi kahan se? Bhagwan had to left everything. He was in tapas vesh. How did he have the ring? नहीं स्वामी जी जब उनका स्वयंवर हुआ था तब सीता जी ने रिंग दिया होगा ना, एंगेजमेंट रिंग होगा. उस समय एंगेजमेंट रिंग सब नहीं होता था. This ring came to him from where? Sita ji gave him her mudrika to give to Kevat. But Kevat didn't take. So Bhagwan had that ring with him. That is one explanation. So that ring Bhagwan had with him. Now he gave that to Hanumanji. Hanumanji kept it in his mouth. Meaning symbolically that ring Prabhu Mudrika is the symbol of Bhagwan's Naam. Simplest way to control the senses is the name of Bhagwan. You can apply that anytime. Suppose there is anger that is arising. Immediately chant Ram 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 or whichever mantra you have. Start chanting that mantra. Slowly that mind will become quiet. If there is onrush of anything, lust, passion, jealousy, greed, anything, mind can be controlled, senses can get controlled the moment we chant Bhagwan's name. So Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukhmahi Jaladhi Langi Gai. So when he was going, first obstacle that comes up is Mainak Parvat. So his Mainak Parvat comes up and says that you have been flying for so long and you should take some rest here, drink some nice fruit juice and have some fruits and relax and then go. Remember, Hanumanji was flying, okay? He is putting that much of effort to fly. So naturally tiring, and he has to cross how much? 100 yojans, which is 800 miles. You and I go from here to Pune 150 kilometers. In that in between, one food mall has to come. There we have to take a break. I need to chill. थोड़ा refresh होके फिर जाएंगे. Hanumanji is flying across the ocean. And Mainak Parvat comes up. He says, Ram kaj kine binu, mohe kaha vishram. I don't have any rest till I finish Bhagavan's work. That is his mastery of the senses. Doesn't want to engage, he doesn't want to waste time because already they have crossed their timeline. Project timeline was 1 month. Timeline खत्म हो गया. अब अल्टीमेटम तो दिया था सुग्रीव ने कि if you don't come with the news after the timeline, if you don't come with the news, you will be killed. Either you come back before timeline saying we found out but we couldn't get any information, or you come with the news only. Now they have well crossed the timeline. So they need to get back quickly. So Hanumanji says, I have to finish Bhagavan Ram's work and I will go. First instance of sense control. Then he crosses, I'm skipping those aspects. He finally manages to reach Lanka and there he is going, he is searching Bhagavan, Sitaji. And when he is searching Sitaji, he comes across the palace of Ravan also and he sees so many women who are there. Ravan is sleeping on his bed, all over him, everywhere. There are so many ladies who are there. And Hanumanji is like, Arey Baap Re, where do I find? And he is seeing, then suddenly he thinks, why am I seeing these people? And one thought comes into his mind, I am Bal Brahmachari, why am I seeing women and these women are half-clad clothes and all that. So a thought comes in his mind, I have to do some prayaschitta now, what is this? The next thought comes in his mind is, I am seeing because I want to search Mother Sita and looking at them, there is no karma that has risen in my mind. So there is no need to do any prayaschitta. I am only doing my duty. Look at his mind now. When he is seeing all these women, in his mind there is no karma that is rising at all. Because he is doing the seva for Bhagavan Ram. And in that palace also, there are so many items, fruits and items to eat and drink and all that which is there. His focus doesn't go on any of them. Finally, he manages to, with the help of Vibhishanji, manages to find Sitaji there. There he gives the whole message to Sitaji, gives the entire sandesh, and then Sitaji is very pleased, happy. Then he tells Sitaji that, oh mother, if you permit me now, I am extremely hungry. Now I want to eat some fruits. With the permission of Sitaji, he eats fruits. Otherwise, imagine if he is an ordinary monkey, what he would be doing. The moment you see fruits, jump, eat. Nothing, he doesn't eat. Till his job is completed. And there also he is eating fruits. Why? Because he wants to teach one lesson to Ravan. So, Jitendriyam, one must have control on the senses. When to engage, when to withdraw, that clarity must be there. And Hanumanji is a symbol of that, Jitendriyam. When he speaks also, if you see in Valmiki Ramayana, there is a beautiful portion in Kishkinda Kand when he meets Bhagavan Ram and introduces himself. There you see for communication skills, it is such a fantastic portion where Bhagavan Ram listens to him and then he tells he tells Lakshmanji that this person has studied all the Vedas, he has spoken grammatically perfect language, there is no flaw in the usage of vocabulary, the diction, the tone, the voice modulation, his body language, all this is perfect. He is a very great scholar. He is not an ordinary person. And that portion if you read, even today in communication skills, most of the points that they teach will be from there only. They would have improvised it and all that, and they could have discovered it through different methods also. But beautiful points of communication skill are there. So his ability to speak also, he had the control and he could inspire just with his speech. About Manojavam, I want to tell you one more thing. Faster than the wind, na? So tell me, Hanumanji brought Sanjeevani mountain, right? Dronagiri mountain to revive Lakshmanji. How many times did he do that? Any idea? अब पूछा मैंने इसीलिए ट्वाइस बोल रहे हैं. Or you must have read. I don't doubt it. Actually, he brought twice. It's very interesting. That's why it's a Manojavam when we say, no, it is like that. You see Valmiki Ramayana, in that it comes. So he goes, first time he goes because Ramji and Lakshmanji both have been, they become unconscious. Because Meghnad has, the Nagpash he has fired on them and then they have become unconscious. So, Hanumanji is told by Jambavanji, you go and bring this. And he goes. The moment he goes there to that Dronagiri Parvat, all these Vishalyakarni, Sanjeevani, all those there are 4 hubs, Sandhani and Mrita Sanjeevani. So 4 of them, they completely hide themselves. They don't reveal. You see, we think that Hanumanji was a fool. He could not identify, so he brought the whole mountain. And that's why nowadays people also say that, अरे तुमको क्या करने को भेजा था, तुम पूरा पहाड़ उठा के ले आए हनुमान जैसे. Hanumanji was not at fault. He was very intelligent. Now these herbs have withdrawn themselves. So he decides कि time is not there. पूरा का पूरा पहाड़ उठाया उन्होंने. And he comes quickly to Lanka. And when he brings it here, then Sushen is a monkey who is in Valmiki Ramayana is a monkey only. He is not a doctor on the Ravan side. So he takes up all this Sanjeevani and everything, and Hanumanji goes back quickly and puts the mountain back there. Again comes back. So एक बार mountain लाने के लिए कितनी trip की उन्होंने? To bring and put it back, 4 trips happened at the speed of wind. This was 100 yojans he went. No? Across the ocean was 100 yojans. That is much more than that. From Rameshwaram all the way to Himalaya. But that is his speed. I am saying this because Jitendriyam and this Manojavam are very intricately connected. A person who has brahmacharya has tremendous amount of energy. Anything is possible for that person. The world still doesn't know the power of brahmacharya. The world goes in the ulta direction only. And the Western culture is it's just 200, 400 years old. What do they know the power of brahmacharya? Ask our rishis, munis and how the power of brahmacharya helps. Physically, pranic level, mentally, spiritually, at all levels. Conserve the vital energy. And do you know, even grahasthis can be brahmacharis. There are 2 types of brahmacharis. One is Naishtik brahmachari and one is a grahasthi brahmachari. Very amazing. So it's not that, oh Swamiji, हम तो ये हैं, गृहस्थी हैं, हम तो married हैं, हमारा ब्रह्मचर्य कैसे पालन होगा? On only specific days when a person engages in the mating for specific purposes, at rest of the time one is not, then the person is a brahmachari. Upanishads say this, Vedas say this. And the power of brahmacharya is so much. In fact, meditation, etc., a lot of people say, Swamiji, I get headache, I'm not able to meditate. There can be many reasons, but one of the reasons will be this, that brahmacharya is not being followed. So the prana shakti and the virya shakti, when it is not enough, the mind will not be able to focus. So Jitendriyam and this Manojavam, Marutatulya, Vegam, they are very deeply connected. Memory is connected to brahmacharya. You know, our Puja Gurudev, that this is a live example we have seen. Gurudev used to write letters, to people, and those letters, handwritten letters and all that. So he would write every day morning, and in the very early days there used to be diaries. Today we have all this phone and all that where address and everything is saved, but that was not there at that time, and telephone diaries used to be there, address book. And Gurudev would travel one place to another. Now, different people would assist him, help him out. So it so happened that one of the people who was helping him, secretary who was with him, he misplaced the diary. Gone. Diary is gone. All addresses which were written, everything lost. And he was shivering. He was so scared, saying, Swamiji, now I'm so sorry this happened. The diary is not there. Now, how do you reply back to people? So many of them. Gurudev was here in Mumbai when that had happened. So he told him, right, closed his eyes, started dictating. And how many addresses he dictated, 2,000 addresses. 2,000 addresses, 3 hours with pin code. He dictated all the 2,000 addresses, and when he finished, he opened his eyes. The people were standing next to him. One of them asked him, Swamiji, how do you remember? What is the secret of your memory? And he answered in one word, and that word was brahmacharya. We have seen literally that happening. So the point is jitendriyam. One has to control the senses. If I really want, today when we feel stressed and exhausted and tired and burnt out and mental health issues, so many are happening. One of the reasons is sense control is not there. If one learns to eat sattvic food, exercise well, rest properly, conserve the physical vitality, channelize it in a right direction with the positive thoughts, that person will be able to achieve so many things. It is up to us how we train ourselves. We have to train our children to value this. Otherwise, the children are going in, the youth are going in a different direction. The faster you lose your brahmacharya, the more cooler you are today. That's the Western thinking. In our thinking, it is ulta. You retain your brahmacharya, that is real strength. But people think why are we, nothing great is gained by that. No, jitendriyam. So many things are gained by that. Hanumanji is even a chiranjeevi. Imagine to be a chiranjeevi, not being a brahmachari. Body will get exhausted like anything. As one becomes older and older, finished. No energy left. So, Manojavam, Marutatulya, Vegam, jitendriyam. Our Sanatan Dharma says, engage in everything in a moderate way, in a dharmic way and a moderate way. So, yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Moderate actions, moderate work, moderate sleep, moderate amount of food, moderate amount of recreation, exercises, and spiritual sadhana also moderately. Everything in moderation. That is first step of training our senses. And second step is whatever is harmful, we have to say a firm no to that. If I know this is harmful, nothing doing, no touching that. Why? Because I value this equipment. This human body is most precious equipment. It is not attained just like that. Scriptures are very clear about it. After 84 lakh species one goes through, then one gets the human body. And there is no guarantee. Please don't think that once a human, always a human. Sanatana Dharma doesn't say that at all. One can become anything. And there are enough examples of that. Our country is named Bharat behind whom? Who was that Bharat Raja? Ramji's brother, no. Shakuntala's son, no. He was Rishabh Devji's son.
Yes, I was to say that.
In Bhagavatam it comes. Rishabh Devji's son he was. 100 sons Rishabh Devji had. His first son was Bharat Raja. And that Bharat Raja was a Chakravarti Samrat, ruled the country very gloriously. And after he ruled, he renounced the world. Went into the forest, exclusively dedicated his time to realize the truth. And there he got attached to a fawn. And that fawn, after a few days, left him. But he was so attached to the fawn that thinking of the fawn only, he died. And then what he became? In the next Janma, he became a fawn. He became a deer. But because of his earlier sadhana, he remembered, I got attached and that's why I am in this situation now. So, he left his whole herd, went back to that same ashram that he was earlier in, dropped the body there, then was reborn as a human. In that life, he said, now I have learnt my lesson. He was born to a Brahman family, and there he did not show his talents or anything. He lived like a fool. And he lived, that's why he was called a Jada Bharat. Now think about it. Why all these stories are given? These are historical people. They are not some mythological people. So human life is very precious. What is harmful to me, I should not engage. If I am a Bhakta of Hanumanji, one of the things I can learn is sense control. As per WHO's report, how much percentage of alcohol is permissible?
60 ml.
60 ml. As per WHO report, it is 0. Not even one sip. If people say that one sip a day will keep you healthy, is good for your heart, is good for detox, this, that, please. Not even one sip. Go and do the research. It is harmful means don't touch it. Why do I want to spoil my body? No, Swamiji, we should try everything in life. Then my logic is try potassium cyanide also, please. How do you say that logic? Everything we should try. No, we should not. What is harmful, I don't want to touch it. Why? Engage in something which is so elevating, inspiring, strengthening. There are enough and more things which are there like that. So, Manojavam, Marutatulya, Vegam, Jitendriyam, Buddhimatam Varishtham. He is the best amongst the intelligent ones. So, Hanumanji's guru. Who was Hanumanji's guru? Surya Devta was Hanumanji's guru. What did Hanumanji learn from him? He learned all the 4 Vedas. And do you know, to learn the Veda and the 9 types of grammar he learned. To learn that 9 types of grammar, one of the conditions is he has to be married. And so, Hanumanji was married also to a lady called Suvarchala Devi. But that marriage was aupcharik. It was not meant to be in Grahasth ashram. So Hanumanji's temple is there in south, where he is in that married form, as Suvarchala Devi is the wife. But it was for the sake of the fulfilling the criteria of studying the Vedas and the grammar. And so he fulfilled that criteria also, but he is still a brahmachari. And in 60 hours, he learned the entire Veda, 9 forms of grammar, Vedangas, everything from Surya Devta. And imagine how he has to learn. If Surya is moving like this, he has to face Surya. So what he has to do? One is the tej of Surya will be fully bright on him, facing the Surya, bright. And when he is facing the Surya, if Surya is coming forward like this, what he has to do? He has to walk backwards. You try doing that. Nowadays people are walking backwards. To reduce the abdominal fat is good exercise to walk backwards, and people are doing all that now. Hanumanji started, he was the first propounder of reverse walking. Walking backwards. And in that he was focusing on the book, on the knowledge. And in 60 hours he did it. Buddhimatam Varishtham. Oh Swami, 60 hours he learned, okay, but that does it make him very intelligent? What is the sign of real intelligence? In our scriptures, who is called really intelligent, Buddhiman, is one who uses the Buddhi for one is constructive things, that one can do many constructive things in the world. But what is the speciality of this Buddhi? In the entire creation, in 84 lakh species, only human Buddhi can realize the absolute truth. No other creature can realize the absolute truth. The one who is using Buddhi to know the absolute truth is really Buddhiman. This in the Gita, Bhagavan says that. In the 15th chapter, when you chant, at the end it will come, Etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Etad buddhva, meaning one who knows all this. In the 15th chapter, again, the knowledge of the self, etc. is there. Who knows this, that person is buddhiman. Hanumanji was buddhiman. He didn't simply study the Vedas and theory and grammar and all that. The purpose of the study of Veda is to know who am I. So in short, who knows himself or herself truly as one is, that my nature is Sachidananda Swarup Atma, that person is really buddhiman. One may have PhD, double PhD, triple PhD and so many alphabets behind one's name. That has one relevance in one's life. But if I don't know who am I, that person is called miser. As per the Gita, that person is called Kripana. Who is a Kripana? One who has got the human body and does not strive to realize the truth is called a miser. Why is that person called miser? Because a miser is one who will not use his own resources for his own well-being. And हमने बुद्धि किसके लिए बचा के रखी पता नहीं. One is not using the buddhi to know the self. One is using the buddhi for everything else. The only being in the whole creation who can turn the buddhi within to realize the truth is human being. Hanumanji did that. That's why I'm saying he's a monk with a key. He has the key to mukti. He has the key to success, key to fulfillment, everything. How do we know that? Bhagwan Ram himself asked him, what is your relationship with me? And what a beautiful answer he gave. That shows his clarity and his intelligence. He said, Deha buddhya dasosmi. At the level of the body, I am your servant, you are my master. Jiva buddhya tvad amshaha. At the level of jiva, I am a part and you are the whole. Meaning each of us are a part of the whole. Every single wave is a part of the ocean. But Atma buddhya tvamevaham. At the level of Atma, you and I are one, same. See the clarity? In that one shloka, he gives all the three levels of evolution in Vedanta. What are the three levels? Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. All three. And no conflict one has. If I identify with the body level, then I am servant. Bhagwan is the master. And one lives like that. Dasoham. If I am at the Jiva level, then I am part of Bhagwan. Which means what? All the qualities that Bhagwan has are in the part also. Bhagwan has Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. We also have Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti. Bhagwan's nature is Sachidananda. Our nature is Sachidananda. That is Atma level. So, if I understand this Vishishta Advaita, Advaita, Dvaita, three levels which are there, Hanumanji answers so spontaneously, he tells Bhagwan Ram. And if you read Muktikopanishad, see Hanumanji and Bhagwan Ram are having a conversation. Muktikopanishad is beautiful. In that, Bhagwan is asked by Hanumanji, ki, what are the different types of mukti? Please tell me. And Bhagwan is telling Hanumanji that there are 4 types of mukti, but Kaivalya mukti is apart from these 4. And there he says, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sayujya. 4 types of mukti, and Kaivalya is completely different. Now these are conversations that Hanumanji is having with Bhagwan Ram. 9 types of grammar he knows, entire Veda he knows, the Upanishads he is able to converse with Bhagwan. So Buddhimatam Varishtham, who is the best amongst the intelligent people. Then Vatatmajam, he is the son of Vayu Devata. So different devatas who are there, they take a form on the earth to serve Bhagwan. So Indra's Amsha is Vali. Surya Devata's Amsha is Sugriv. This education of Hanumanji when it got completed, no, 60 hours. So Hanumanji asked Surya Devta ki what is the dakshina that I should give you, Guru Dakshina. Surya Bhagwan said, my Amsha is born on the earth as Sugriv. You must protect him. So whole life he stayed there to protect Sugriv, Hanumanji. So Hanumanji is Amsha of Vayu Devta. That is one, Vatatmajam. But do you know one interesting thing about Hanumanji? We all know Hanumanji is the 11th Rudra avatar of Shivji also. So Shivji, when all these Amshas of Devatas are coming down on the earth, Shivji also wanted to go down on the earth to serve. So he said, I will go to serve. And he said, if I go down as a human being, then I will be equal to Bhagwan Ram. Then Bhagwan Ram will not allow me to serve. So what should I do? He said, I will go one form lesser than him. And so he said, I will become a Vanara. Now, interesting point in this is what? Shankar Bhagavan said, I will go to become Vanar. Mother Sati said, if you are going down, then I also want to come. He said, see, if you come down, I won't be able to serve Bhagavan properly. Because in this form, I want to be a brahmachari only. I will not come. I will not be able to pay attention to you and family and all that. I want to serve Bhagavan fully. She said, you don't worry about that. You just allow me to come. And so he says, okay, you come. And you know how she comes? She is the tail of Hanumanji. The pooch of Hanumanji is Shakti. And that is why when that Shakti, you see the thing that happens, this Ravan sets the whole, the tail on fire. He is not able to, first of all, there is not enough of whatever the cloth and oil and all that to tie the whole. Because Shakti, how will you measure? She is the Shakti Rupa, she is. Finally, he manages to put little fire on some one part of the tail, and then Hanumanji goes and lights the whole Lanka. You try to destroy Shakti, Shakti will destroy you only. They didn't give him an asan also to sit. What did Hanumanji do? Coiled the entire thing of his tail and he went and sat. With the tail only he made a whole fortress also to protect Bhagwan Ram, because this Kal Nemi was supposed to come. So that pooch of Hanumanji is a symbol of Shakti. His mother Parvati himself. So Vatatmajam, Shankara Suvana, Kesari Nandan, so many. Hanumanji is a combination of all. And that's why Tulsidaji says, Aur Devata Chittana Dharai Hanumat Sei Sarva Sukha Karai. One interesting point I will tell you before we move on. When he put the tail on fire, Hanumanji, when he left Ravan's court, you know what he did with his tail first? With his tail, he hit the throne of Ravan. Ravan's throne shaked. The moment Ravan's throne shaked, you know who came out from below? Shani and Rahu. They both were down. Ravan had controlled them and kept. The moment they left from there, the time of Ravan's fall began. Very soon after that, he got destroyed, Ravan. And that's why they say that if you worship Hanumanji, Shani ka Prakop also will not be there and all that, Rahu and many things. So, Aur Devata Chittana Dharai Hanumat Sei Sarva Sukha Kare. Because Hanumanji is one who has all this. So many powers. Buddhimatam Varishtham, Vatatmajam, Vanara Yutha Mukhyam. He is the chief amongst all the Vanaras. Sugriv is ideally the king. But who is ruling the hearts of all? Is Hanumanji only. And it is Hanumanji only who brought Sugriv and Bhagwan Ram also together. Hanumanji only reminds Sugriv. And Hanumanji protects Sugriv actually. Because After Sugriv got the kingdom, he was so reveling and monsoon season was there. He was eating, drinking, enjoying. He forgot that Sita ji has to be found out. And monsoon got over also. And still he was not taking any steps. So Bhagwan sent Lakshman ji. And Lakshman, when he came and he saw that this man though is indulging and enjoying and Bhagwan Ram is suffering there, and look at him, he got angry. And Lakshman ji getting angry, Hanumanji pacifies him. He said, no, please, you quieten down. I will explain. Then he tells Sugriv that you better send people. So he protects Sugriv. So though he is not the king, but Hanumanji is the kingmaker. Everywhere he made kings or not. Sugriv became the king because of Hanumanji. Vibhishan became the king because of Hanumanji. This Makaradhwaja became the king of Patal because of Hanumanji. This Ahiravan, Mahiravan are killed, and Makaradhwaja is supposed to be the son of Hanumanji. Those who go to Kumbh, when you go to Lete Hanumanji's mandir there, at the feet, who is there? Is Makaradhwaja. There one child will be there at the feet. No? That is the son of Hanumanji. That is Makaradhwaja. How is Makaradhwaja born? After Hanumanji set the whole Lanka on fire, when he comes to put that fire off from his tail into the ocean, that time his seed drops, and that fish has taken the seed of Hanumanji, and from that the son who is born is Makaradhwaja. And that son was taken up by Ravan. And then Ravan put him in the Patal. He doesn't know this is Hanumanji's son. So my point is that Hanumanji is so glorious. Jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtham vatatmajam vanara yutha mukhyam. He made Bhagwan Ram himself the king. Everything happened, kingmaker when we say. Vibhishan also became king. Makaradhwaja also became king. Kishkindha mein Sugriv became king. Ayodhya mein Bhagwan Ram became the king. And by the death of Ravan, what happened? Indra regained his position. So in all the three worlds, when we say that तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे, आपन तेज संहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे. He can only control his power. Most powerful is Hanumanji. Nobody can control him. But his power is not uncontrolled power for destruction. It is for the help of everybody. So, Vana Yutha Mukhyam, Shri Rama Dutam. He is the Doot of Bhagwan Ram. It is beautiful in Valmiki Ramayana. It comes when this Jambwanji, he reminds Hanumanji, that you are so great, you have been blessed with so many powers. So this Ashta Siddhis and Navanidhis. In the Hanuman Chalisa it comes Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke Data Asavar Dina Janaki Mata. What does that line mean? Ashta Siddhi Navanidhis are not given by Mother Janaki to him. That he already had. Because he used all those to reach Mother Janaki. Who gave him Ashta Siddhis and Navanidhis? All these devatas, no? In Valmiki Ramayana, if you read, is very stunning. In the Uttarakhand, when the backstory of Hanumanji comes in Uttarakhand. So we know the story that as a child he leapt towards the sun, and the Ramayana says he ate. He ate the sun. Even Tulsidas ji says that. Bal samay ravi bhaksh liyo jab tinahu lok bhayo andhiyaro. So he ate. Now there is darkness everywhere, and Indra and everybody got very affected by that, and so he hit Hanumanji, he attacked Hanumanji with his thunderbolt, Vajra. Valmiki Ramayana says Hanumanji fell down and he died. He died. As a child, he died. And Vayu Devta lifted Hanumanji, and so tell me, what is the name of Hanumanji before he was named Hanuman? Sundar. One round of applause to her. It is Sundar. The name of Hanumanji before he was named Hanuman is Sundar. That's why one of the The Kand is called Sundar Kand. The only Kand which is named after a person in the entire Ramayana is Sundar Kand. And that behind Hanumanji. Otherwise, it's not after any person. There is Bal Kand, Ayodhya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, then Sundar Kand, then Lanka Kand and Uttar Kand. In that, only one Kand is named after a person. And that is Sundar Kand. Because Hanumanji's name is, well, it was Sundar. So, Pavan Devata lifted up Sundar and he told Brahmaji that, look, because he stopped. Pavan Devata got very put off. He said, my son, you have killed my son now. So he stopped blowing. Now everywhere there is chaos. Brahmaji appeared and he said, my son is dead. He said, oh, no, we are very sorry. We will bring him back to life. So Brahmaji brings him back to life. And Indra is the one who does the Namkarana of Hanumanji as Hanuman. Because he says that because of my Vajra, he went through this and that Hanu of his, this chin of his has cracked. So he called him as Hanuman. And then all the Devatas give him different boons. In that, he gets Ashtasiddhis also. Kuber also gives, and Brahmaji says Brahmastra will not affect you, Agni Devata gives, Indra gives, Varuna gives, water will not drown you, and so many things. He becomes immortal that time only. And he uses these powers. So what are these powers? 8 powers. Anima, Mahima. Anima means the power to become small. So he becomes small and comes out of the mouth of this Surasa. Then Mahima means become big. So he becomes 100 yojan big. Interesting, na it is. Whole ocean is 100 yojan only, but he takes the size of 100 yojan. Because Sursa keeps on opening, he keeps becoming double. So Anima, then Mahima, then Garima become very heavy. In Mahabharata, that tail of Hanumanji is lying in the forest. Old monkey taking that form is lying in the forest and Bhim comes there and he tells him to move. Hanumanji says, you only move. And Bhim tries his best to lift the tail, but he is not able to move it. So Garima. Then Laghima, to become very light. So when he is jumping on the Lanka, different, palaces and mansions and houses, becomes light and jumps so that people should not know. Light as feather one becomes. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima. Then Prapti. So Prapti is sitting here, wherever you are. You can know what is happening in all the 3 worlds. No need of Durbin, telescope, nothing. Quietly. Remember one more thing. Brahmacharya is connected to all these siddhis. It won't stay otherwise. Then Prakashya, Prakamya or Prakashya. That is the next siddhi. Where you can travel to any of these worlds. No, sorry, that is the next one. So Prakamya is to Prakashya is the ability for the body to be luminous. So you don't need light. Wherever you go, there will be light. Prakashya. Prakamya is Prakamya, Ishitva and Vashitva. So Prakamya is going into the 3 worlds. One can travel into 3 worlds. That is Prakamya. Then Ishitva is the ability to fulfill any desire. That is Ishitva. Whatever desire comes in the mind, you are lord of 3 worlds, you can fulfill. And Vashitva is you can control anybody. So Hanumanji could go to 3 worlds, Hanumanji could sit and find out many things. All the 8 powers he had. 9 nidhis. What are the 9 nidhis? They are actually treasures of Kuber. And they are different types of treasures. So they have some different names, this. I don't remember only some of these names. They have this Padma, Mahapadma, Shankha, Makara, Kachapa, Mukunda, Nanda, Neela and Kharva. These are 9 treasures. Some are like precious stones, some are different types of wealth. All these will come with the blessings of Kuber. Now this Ashtasiddhi and Navanidhi, Hanumanji doesn't need any nidhis. But Janaki Mata is so happy with him. Janaki Mata says, you will become giver of these. So anybody who worships Hanumanji, Hanumanji can bless them with Ashta Siddhi and Navnidhi. Navnidhi ke data. You will become giver of these. But you see, Hanumanji's beauty. When this boon is given, suppose you and I get this boon, that you have Ashta Siddhis and you can become giver of these also. We will jump in joy. Na? Wow, wow, wow. Hanumanji's face is so sad. What is this? Then Sitaji understood, Kyare, he is not behind any of this. He is Param Vairagi and he loves Bhagwan so much. So the next one, Tulsidaji says, Ram Rasayan Tumare Pasa Sada Raho Raghupati Ke Dasa. The moment she says that, he is jumping in joy. Why? Sada Raho Raghupati Ke Dasa. Which means what, Ego will not arise only. If Mother Prakriti has blessed you, saying ego will not arise in you, that's it. Ho gaya kaam. Otherwise, it is our effort. We have to go on being so alert. The ego should not rise. Every time the ego rises, we surrender to Bhagavan saying, I am an instrument, you are the doer, I am not the doer, I am not the doer. Continuously one has to keep doing that. But once Mother Janaki said, Ram Rasayana Tumare Pasa, that you have the medicine of Ram Nam. So he can cure Bhavsagar of everybody. Ram Rasayan Tumare Pasa, Sada Raho Raghupati Ke Dasa. Always be a Das of Raghupati. And that's why we say Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. The best name of Hanumanji, which Hanumanji himself likes, is what? Ramadut. He introduces himself also like that to Mother Sita. Ramadut mein Matu Janaki. Hey Ma Janaki, who am I? I am the Dut of Bhagwan Ram. So one is he is the messenger of Bhagwan Ram. So in that Kishkinda Kand, at the end of it, he is reminded that you are great, you have all these powers, and you should not hesitate. For you to cross ocean is very easy. So Sundarkand, Hanumanji gets the power. Very interesting what is written in Valmiki Ramayana. When Hanumanji gets that awareness here, I was having all the powers as a kid. I had forgotten because I was, creating trouble for the rishis. So they have given a shrap that you will forget it till somebody reminds you. Now, when he becomes aware, you should read what is written there. So enthusiastic. Hanumanji says, he becomes huge in size. And he says, what is this 100 yojan ocean? I can cross hundreds of oceans like this. I can destroy Ravan like a mosquito. I can kill him and bring Sitaji right now. I can uproot the entire Lanka itself and bring it to Ramji. And Jambanji is like, oh, now this is going beyond limit now. He says, Hanuman, you control. Okay, you are only a Dut of Bhagwan Ram right now. And a Dut should not do any of this. The Dut only should take the message and go and bring back the message. Bhagwan Ram will go there and do the needful. He will win against Ravan. He will kill Ravan. You don't do anything. Hanumanji says, okay, I will do that. Very nice, beautiful portions are there in Valmiki Ramayana. So, Ramadut, he becomes the messenger of Bhagwan Ram. That is one meaning. Second meaning is what? He is on this earth. Bhagwan Ram went, when he left the earth, from where he went to his Saket Dham? If you go to Ayodhya ji, there is a Guptar Ghat. So that Guptar Ghat is where Bhagwan went, and from there he went into Saket Lok, and he took Ayodhya Vasis and everybody with him. At that time, Hanumanji waited. Hanumanji said, Bhagwan, I don't want to come. He said, I don't want to come. So Bhagwan asked him why. He said, because I want to stay here and I want to spread the glory of your name. Till the Kalpa is over, I will be here only. So Bhagwan went. Everybody, just imagine what is his love for Bhagwan, that he doesn't want to go with Bhagwan. He says, I will stay here and spread your name to everybody. So he is a Ramdut who brings Ramji to everyone. So whoever loves Hanumanji, Hanumanji takes them to Ramji. And that's why in Hanumanji's mandir, we don't need to have Ramji separately, because Ramji already is in his heart and he will bring everyone to Ramji. Ramji's mandir, Hanumanji has to be there. But Hanumanji's mandir, not necessarily separately, any other deity has to be there. So this is the beauty of Hanumanji. Bolo Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki Jai. Siyavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki Jai. Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki Jai. Bolo Sanatan Hindu Dharma ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Swamiji, one or two questions.
Yes. Anybody has any questions, please go ahead.
So I had a question. So I know the Hanuman Chalisa and I chant it sometimes. So they say it gives you like a lot of strength when you chant it. So my question is that how often should you chant it, and what is the best way to chant it like?
So the question is, how often should we chant Hanuman Chalisa and what is the best way to chant it? Those who are going, you can give them the pamphlet. See, the strength one derives from Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis, at least once minimum one should chant it. Hanumanji is a very symbol of strength, and anything that helps me to connect to Hanumanji, if I want to invoke from Hanumanji, then Hanuman Chalisa is one of the best ways to connect. So minimum once in a day. In Hanuman Chalisa it is written, Jo Satbar Paat Kar Koi Chutahi Bandi Mahasukha Hoi. Jo Satbar means 7 times at least. 7 times in a day will take half an hour. If you can't do on a daily basis half an hour, then Saturday half an hour minimum. And chant that Hanuman Chalisa. But remember to chant with awareness. Awareness of the meaning will be helpful, and keep the form of Hanumanji in the mind. And with the Shraddha that you are actually invoking Hanumanji, then it will bless with the maximum result. And the best way to chant it, there is no specific tune in my understanding. There are so many different tunes. Whichever tune you love.
Swamiji, they've started chanting very fast.
So that's what I'm saying. The point is to chant it with awareness of the meaning. It's not only just chanting. Initially you may chant fast, etc. But what is the point? To slow down the mind.
कुछ versions आ गए songs के बहुत ही fast है.
Our mind should abide in that. No, that's all. If it is being done to quieten the mind, to invoke strength, to make a person, feel the bond and the connection, it is not the number. हनुमान जी को नंबर से क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? कुछ नहीं होगा. And even if I say कि I want to chant 7 times, मैंने 7 बार कर लिया, that's only an ego kick that I have. That's all. Suppose 7 times fast chanting takes maybe 15 minutes, let us say, just example. In that, if you chant 4 times, little medium speed, it is still better. Because the bhav has to come, the connection has to happen. And I would also go one step further and say that as you keep chanting, identify at least 2 or 3 chaupais or doha, which you feel you want to imbibe deeply. And after you finish Hanuman Chalisa chanting, repeat that some 11 times. Chant. Then you will imbibe that particular bhav more.
Only that too, like.
Suppose one says, Sankat te Hanuman chudave, man karma vachan dhyan jo lave. Suppose you are going through some trouble. Then just chant this 11 times, saying Sankat te Hanuman chudave, man karma vachan dhyan jo lave, and pray to Hanumanji that this Sankat is there, you please help me to remove this. 11 times you keep chanting that one chaupai. After you finish that full chanting, then you focus on this. Or anything else, whichever chaupai one feels like. तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, all that, whichever.
Swamiji, is there your online thing of meaning of Hanuman Chalisa? Is there some recording?
Full entire talk of Hanuman Chalisa in English is also there, and Hindi we just completed now. It is on my channel called Chinmaya Shivam. YouTube channel is there, Chinmaya Shivam. You will find it on that. Many beautiful things are there in Hanuman Chalisa. It's such a powerful composition of Hanumanji, I mean Tulsidas ji. And Hanumanji's life is so inspiring. How many things he has done, and so humble.
Anyone else?
Well, we say he's immortal. So is he still there in the?
He is. He is immortal in this world, and he is there till this kalpa will get over.
But
And
we can't see him.
you can see him.
Pavan,
No, you can see him.
Pavan, that's Pavan or
No, not only as Pavan.
no, just to know that.
Upasana, Hanuman Upasana, whoever has had darshan of Hanumanji. Point 1. Samarth Ramdas ji had. Tulsidas ji himself had. Who made Tulsidas ji meet Bhagwan Ram is Hanumanji only.
So in Hanumanji's room.
Yeah, in Hanumanji's roop. Physically, Pratyaksha also Hanumanji can manifest in your mind also. You know, I will tell you one, I forget the name of that person. This Malkham which is there, no?
Yes, sir.
If you go to the history of Malkham, you will understand. This Malkham, the whole form of Malkham is because of Hanumanji. There were two wrestlers, two wrestlers from Andhra, and nobody was able to defeat them. And when they threw an open challenge, nobody accepted. Big wrestlers in this country said, no, against these two we can't fight. One bhikshu, who is a sadhu, he said, I will take up this challenge. And he did a Devi Upasana for 40 days. 30 days or 40 days, something he did. One Anushthan he did for Devi. That Devi told him at the end of the Anushthan that tonight Hanumanji will come into your dream and he will teach you certain moves. You learn that. It's a historical event. You do the research, you will find. I'll send you that link. You can pass it on. So, that night Hanumanji came in his dream, showed him the form of Malkham, showed him some moves of Malkham, of wrestling, some very unique moves he showed. In 2 moves, the next day, this sadhu defeated that one Pahalwan, and looking at that move, the second Pahalwan ran away. And Malkham is from then being utilized as a form of exercise. It's very amazing. Like that in Karnataka, there is one more example of a devotee, Madhvacharya ji, Madhvacharya ji, Dvaita Sampradaya. So Madhvacharya ji was meditating, and massive flood in the river, and people are stuck. They can't go, surrounded all over by water. And Madhvacharya ji, he invokes Hanumanji, and he prays that please help Hanumanji. 50 tons of entire rock Hanumanji lifts and puts it, which is there even today there. And locals, everybody will tell you the story of that. And these people all are carried to safety. Like that, there are many examples. Tulsidas ji himself, this Hanuman Chalisa itself is a result of Hanumanji's grace. One story comes that Philip Langdorf or something is his last name. He writes in his book that how did Hanuman Chalisa get composed? One of the things he says is this. So Tulsidas ji brought one dead person alive. Now the word spread, he is a miraculous person and he can bring a dead person alive. Now word went to Akbar. So this Akbar, he calls Tulsidas ji and he says, show some miracle. Tulsidas ji says, I don't do any miracle. Jo hai Ram Naam ka pratap hai. I chanted Bhagwan Ram's name and this man came alive. Then my contribution is nothing. It is Bhagwan's glory only. Akbar imprisons him, saying that you are not following my command. He puts him in the jail. Now Tulsidas ji is in the jail, but he doesn't bother. Jahi vidhi rakhe Ram, tahi vidhi rahiye. So he is sitting there in the jail, and every day he is composing one chaupai, one doha, one chaupai, remembering Hanumanji. 40th day, when he finishes, 40 chaupai is done, last doha that he wrote. His Akbar is far away somewhere, Fatehpur Sikri, somewhere he is. Suddenly there are all monkeys there. Crowded that entire place, so many monkeys just landed up there, tremendous. People have got all disturbed and Akbar himself is disturbed. From where all these monkeys have come? How many monkeys have come? So he doesn't know what is the solution because they are creating havoc everywhere. One sadhu who was there, he tells Akbar, think in last 40 days you have done something wrong. It is a result of this. You have to rectify that. Now if Akbar starts thinking, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Then it strikes him that, oh, he has kept Tulsidas ji in jail. So he sends one messenger quickly, releases Tulsidas ji. That moment Tulsidas ji is released from there, all monkeys gone. बहुत सारे ऐसे incidents हैं. Hanuman ji is there is no doubt. But invoking has to happen, and that mind has to have that bhavana, purity, all that. In fact, Valmiki ji says very nicely, Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam tatra tatra krita mastakanjalim bashpavari paripurna lochanam marutim namata rakshasantakam. Wherever Ram Katha is happening, Hanumanji will be there, and he will be there with tears in his eyes, horripilation on his whole body, listening to the Ram Katha. In Tulsidas ji's Katha only Hanumanji used to come every evening. As an old man, he will come first and he will go last. And Tulsidas ji noticed. And one day he said, definitely this is Hanumanji for sure. So he goes, surrenders to him saying, please, mujhe Ram ji ka darshan kara do. So Hanumanji, when he hears that, he says, okay, I will tell Ramji. Next day, Tulsidas ji goes to take bath in the river. Two young princes are moving from there on a horse. Tulsidas ji sees them and he comes out. He is finishing his bath, he comes out. And they go. And Hanumanji says, Hue darshan Bhagwan ke? He says, where? He says, Hare, those two princes went. Tulsidas ji says, oh my God, I didn't recognize only. Second time also similar thing happens. And Tulsidas ji doesn't recognize. I forget what was that incident. Second time I forgot. Now Hanumanji says, this is the height of it. This is the last time, because how many times can I tell Bhagavan to keep giving darshan to him? So at Chitrakoot, he's sitting there below the tree, applying chandan, that famous doha which is there. Chitrakoot ke ghat par bhai santan ki bheed Tulsidas chandan ghise. So now Tulsidas ji is doing, he's applying chandan to everybody. Bhagwan Ram and Lakshman ji are standing in the line there. Now Hanumanji says, now if I don't tell him this time, now Bhagwan will not give darshan again. He will again miss. So he becomes a parrot and he goes up and he chants this doha. Chitrakoot ke ghat par bhai santan ki bheed Tulsidas chandan ghise. And when Bhagwan is there, he is applying tilak to Bhagwan. And that time he says, tilak kare Raghuveer. Hanumanji, when he says tilak kare Raghuveer, Tulsidas ji falls flat, he holds the hand of the feet of Bhagwan and he says, I am so sorry Bhagwan, I missed you 2 times. Now what is the point of this whole story? Until Guru is not there, you won't recognize Bhagwan also. If Bhagwan comes in front of us, he didn't recognize only. And imagine a person like Tulsidas ji who is so pure-minded, full of vairagya, bhakti, he can't recognize without Guru. How will we recognize? And people are going on saying, ki, why is a guru required? I'll do by myself. Arey Ram. करके देखो. एक मंत्र भी हम सिद्ध नहीं कर पाएंगे. Even to do mantra japa properly, I need diksha from a guru who has done this mantra, who has done the siddhi of that mantra. So that's the beauty. Hanumanji becomes. So he will come. There is no doubt.
Chiranjeevs also are the same as Hanuman. They are as powerful as Hanuman.
Each one has their own Shakti.
Ashwatthama.
Yeah, but all Chiranjeevis are not exact like Hanumanji. Ashwatthama is to going through the curse.
But he is also a Chiranjeevi.
He is a Chiranjeevi. But Chiranjeevi not like Hanumanji to increase the Shraddha, Bhakti and everything of people. He is going through curse. So he is in a different, the purpose of his existence is very different.
How many Chiranjeevis, sir?
8.
Eight.
8 Chiranjeevis. Not 7, 8 actually. Markandeya, Bali, Vyasa, Vibhishan, Kripacharya, Parshuram, Hanuman and Ashwatthama. 8. Arey, that shloka doesn't have one name. That's all. There's another shloka which has all 8. Even earlier I used to think 7 only. But there are 8 actually. Then I found the next shloka which has all the 8. Okay, so before I... just before I do Aarti, I just want to do one announcement.
Yeah.
In May, 1st May to 4th May, we have a family camp on Hanumanji. It is called Chulo Asman with Hanuman. So it is right from Shishu Vihar, small children onwards. So 2 years onwards it will happen. So Shishu Vihar age group, then we have Bal Vihar 5 to 8, then 9 to 12 Bal Vihar, then teenagers 13 to 17. And with these children and teenagers, the parents can also come. So it's a family camp. 1st to 4th, we will be doing Sankat Mochan Hanuman Ashtakam. There will be a lot of games, activities. There is a treasure hunt. There is adventure activities. There are many sadhanas we will teach. Hanuman Havan will happen. Beautifully, people will get to know about Hanumanji, connect with Hanumanji. So, you have to register for that quickly.
Where is it?
It is in Chinmaya Vibhuti. It is in our ashram between Kolwan and Pune. So it is near the Kamshed Dam. Between Lonavala and Pune, Kolwan is a place. Very nice
So till
retreat.
age 17 and then their parents.
And then their parents. Yeah. Just 1 minute. I will finish the announcement, then I will take the question. So that is one announcement. Second, we have 2 youngsters here. One is Samskriti here and Neha. Where is she?
Neha.
Neha is here. So Samskriti is from Karnataka and Neha is from Guwahati. Neha has come also right now from Guwahati. She will go back to Guwahati in a few days. We have a program for that. She has come. They both are students of a program called Youth Empowerment Program. And Vandanji and Ektaji have supported also the student. So this is a youth empowerment program where we have this value-based leadership program. For 1 year, the youngsters give time for the country. The idea is in 3 months we train them. They learn about our Sanatan Dharma, about Vedant, about this culture, Hindu culture, and they learn how to conduct classes, workshops. They also learn team building, motivation, many things like that which will help them in their career. For 3 months, they stay in a place and they will learn. So this batch has done their training in Coimbatore ashram of ours. Different faculties come, teach them. And after that, 9 months, they will serve full time in our Chinmaya Mission centers. So she is serving in Guwahati Chinmaya Mission, Neha, and she is serving right now here in Mumbai. So they can take Bal Vihar class for children, they can take sessions for teenagers, and they can even conduct on all these Hanuman Chalisa, etc. also they have learned. So in this Ashoka Towers, if there is a group of children or even teenagers or youngsters who want to have this weekly class, then please contact her and we can start a session. These sessions are conducted free, there is no cost for that. People come together, but it happens on a weekly basis so that people can study together, interact, they'll do activities, many things. So that is the second announcement. And third is Chinmaya Shivam is my YouTube channel and my Instagram handle also. If anybody wants to follow, you can follow. Chinmaya channel is a YouTube of Chinmaya mission as such. So many videos of Gurudev, many other Swamis, Brahmacharis will be there. It is called Chinmaya channel on YouTube. And our website is chinmayamission.com. So a lot of centers we have across the world, classes. We bring Vedant, Gita, Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, all these to the all different age groups. And there are schools, colleges, hospitals, orphanages, many social service activities also which are going on. So in whichever way you would like to associate, please do associate, and together our motto is maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. So that's what it is. Thank you very much.